like to ask the Minister for Infrastructure, pursuant to his answer on the 28th of April 2019 and the 7th of May 2019, which section of the Public Sector Housing General Needs Allocation Policy 2019 refers only to initial allocations, and what policy covers any subsequent allocation?
On the Minister to reply, Mr Harmer.
Thank you, Mr President. Section 3, subsection 2 of the policy states, this policy only applies to initial allocation of general needs public sector housing. A number of operational procedure documents cover the arrangements for existing tenants, of which the most commonly applied is that for fixed-term tenancies.
Supplementary, Mr Hooper.
Thank you very much, Mr President. Can the Minister please confirm then that there is no policy for subsequent allocation? So if somebody is already living in a public sector house and they wish to transfer to another public sector house, there is no points allocation, there is no housing needs-based assessment, there is no policy in place for that kind of transfer.
Minister.
Yeah, thank you, Mr President. The key point is that is the initial, as in the first allocation. Once the allocation is made, there's a contract in the form of a tenancy agreement which sets out the terms of the tenancy. The review is the process by which the terms of the agreement are reviewed. It's not an initial allocation. And in terms of the whole policy is around initial allocation and allocation into a property.
Mr Hooper.
Thank you, Mr President. I think that was a yes. So the Minister's then referred to the subsequent allocations. There is a fixed-term tenancy policy in place for these subsequent allocations. Can the Minister please confirm under what section of the Housing Act this policy has been made?
Minister.
Thank you. As I say, it's a contract in form of a tenancy agreement. It doesn't need, in terms of the detail he's looking for, it doesn't form the initial policy, the initial allocation. The policy that was brought in March and October is regarding the initial allocation. We have procedures and guidelines that deal with tenancies once they're in place. But I'm more than happy to spend time with the member and to discuss these issues, certainly outside this court.
Final supplementary.
Actually, Mr President, it's the same supplementary question I just asked. Which section of the Housing Act is this fixed-term policy, has this policy been made underneath? I mean, there is a specific section of the Housing Act that both of the other allocation policies have been made under. I'd just like the Minister to confirm whether they've used the same section of the Housing Act or whether it's come from a completely different place.
Minister.
Thank you. On that particular question, I will come back to the member. I will talk this. We will discuss this further.